Ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. That's recording. Yes, I think we're all set. Here we go.
This is the Eric Everyday Podcast for Monday, January 30th, 2017. Episode 222. Anxiety Sucks.
Hello there. Eric here. How are you all today? I hope you are all doing well. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling better than I was last week, considering. So a weird thing happened, and has been happening, and is continuing to happen a little bit, but is getting better. And it has mainly to do with anxiety and kind of panic. Well, I've had friends in the past that have dealt with anxiety in real and serious and terrible ways, panic attacks, serious, everybody of course has anxiety to some degree, and we all have our own ways of managing it, and usually we're pretty good at dealing with it because we just kind of have to be. But I'm sure we've all known people, and I know that I have, who have a real problem with it, who have panic attacks on a regular basis, whose anxiety keeps them from doing things, from being productive, it's called crippling anxiety for a reason. It keeps you just stuck where you are, unable to do anything. And it's got nothing to do with logic. It can't be explained away. It's just, well, I don't claim to understand it. I really don't know. It's a thing though, and it's never been a thing for me though before. Thankfully, as much as I've had anxiety and panic in my life, it's never been a regular or consistent kind of issue for me. But suddenly last week happened. Last week, I've been just kind of holding in a low panic at my best moments. And then in a complete kind of freak out, unable to do anything in my worst. And I think it's probably a combination of things that just happened at the same time, that may have thrown me into it. That's what I think it is. My best guess is that with Trump doing what he's doing and his awfulness and his inauguration, I think that's the day that it really spawned off. It really flicked into the gear. But that wasn't it. I mean, that would be enough to throw me into a panic as I watch what happens. But I think it just unlocked all the other things that I usually worry about on a normal day. Things just like thinking about, is my daughter safe while she's at school? Thinking about, are we going to be able to keep the maintenance for this house up, in a way that doesn't put us in the poorhouse? Is my roof going to hold steady? Are my floors going to fall through? And if that happens, can we afford the fixes? Am I going to get, like, I've been having suddenly all the most awful, crazy fears are like attacking me all at the same time. All last week I've been having nightmares. I've been sleeping like nothing. And this is by the way why there was no podcast last week, because one, it would be one of two things. It would be either me just reading the news and going, oh my god, what? No, and being angry and in disbelief and frightened, or it would just be this episode every day last week. And I figured I'd spare you and just give you the one today. This is it. About all my freaking out and my panic. And it's been on its own, it's hard to deal with, but this is new for me, this is also new for me. I know it's not anything close to what a lot of people have to deal with when this is just their normal everyday life. People who deal with anxiety on a daily basis and panic attacks that they have to like go to doctors and get real medical help with. I know that it's not on par, but I'm not trying to compare it to anyone else's issues. It's just something that's new to me, and suddenly I'm having to deal with it. I've spent way too much time last week just kind of staring off and lost in my stupid brain as it attacks itself with fear and freakouts. And thankfully, I've been able to get a little better. I feel much better today and this week than I was doing last week. As you can tell, I'm not... instead of holding in a low panic at best times, I'm like holding it like a 1%, 2% panic, maybe, you know? And I'm able to, I'm starting to work my way out of it. Slowly but surely. I've still got plenty of concerns, believe me, about everything that I had mentioned, but I'm starting to finally, you know, be mobile and do things. You know, which is good and important, because, you know, I got stuff to do. So yeah, that's what's been going on. What's been helpful is to, one, of course, stay off Twitter a bunch. I've been ignoring Twitter as much as I possibly can. Not because it's because that's just where a lot of people freak out about things, and when you see people freaking out, it's natural to freak out, even if there's very good reasons to freak out. It's when it gets to the point where it's making me freak out too much, I have to put it away, even though I've got every reason to be freaking out. Keeping off the Twitter, off the news, distracting myself with things, projects, anything, keeping myself busy, it helps. It's been helping me a bunch. But anyway, that's what's been going on, if you're wondering. And that's all I'll say about it. And I'm still going to try and make this podcast the happy podcast, the refuge from all the awfulness that's been going on. You can come here for fun and not the news. Anyway, hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.